Do you ever feel this weird anxiety just thinking about studying? Like you open your notes, your brain fogs up, and you instantly shut down. And then you feel guilty, but you still can't make yourself study. No matter what you do, no matter what you try, you still can't do it. That's not laziness. That's not poor time management, like what your parents may say, what your teachers may say. It's not because of your phone. It's because you're scared of studying, and that's called learned helplessness. And once it kicks in, it makes studying a lot more scary than it actually is. This video is for anyone who's been stuck in that cycle. You are not broken, you're just overwhelmed. So let's talk about it. So what is learned helplessness? Learned helplessness is when your brain gives up after too many situations where you felt powerless. This could be a scenario super subtle where like you didn't even realize that this would affect you so much. For example, it could be literally your sibling studying a lot when you were younger. You're watching them study, you're watching your parents study, your cousin study, whoever it is. You're watching someone do a lot of studying, putting a lot of hard work, a lot of effort into this one thing, and then failing at that. Because of that, you fear or you get scared that failure comes from doing a lot of hard work. It is a real psychological condition where you see something and it feels so real for you that your body just kind of gets scared of it and avoids it in the future, which is where you are right now. At some point, maybe you tried studying hard by yourself and you failed at that subject, or maybe you spent so much time at this one assessment or this one assignment and you thought you were gonna get praise for it, you're gonna get good grades for it, and then all of a sudden it didn't go as planned. Or maybe it could just be that the stress never stopped. So now, even when there's a way forwards, you don't feel the need to take it because you feel like you somewhat deserve this feeling. Not because you're lazy, but because deep down you stop believing that it would work. With school, this might look like you getting behind in one class, missing 2 or 3 assignments because of mental health or unfortunate circumstances that happened, then telling yourself that it's too late to catch up when in reality, it's never too late. It's not about being lazy, it's about you trying to compete with other people when in reality, you are competing with yourself. And therefore, it becomes fear of failing again. Maybe you even feel that if you are failing this, it means you are failing yourself and you feel disappointed in yourself. All of these subtle things will add up together and make you more and more scared of studying. The fear starts small and it leads to you doing sabotaging things like skipping one class, no big deal. All of a sudden you start to skip more and more and more. Soon it becomes a pattern, not because you want to give up, but because it now feels safer not to try at all. This is the fear loop. And once you're in it, it will reinforce itself. The more you avoid the work, the scarier it will get. Obviously. And the scarier it will get, the more you will avoid it. Obviously again. But that loop isn't permanent. It can be broken even with just one tiny action. So here's what no one tells you. Most people feel this way at some point in their entire life. It doesn't have to be with studying. It could literally be with something that happens in the future, with work, with relationships, with just life in general. And because of that, it also feels like we're the only one failing while everybody else is being successful in their life. If you're usually a high achiever, this is the worst feeling in the world because you see everyone around you appearing to be successful and doing so much better than you, when in reality, they're probably feeling the exact same way as you right now. The second you stop doing well, you don't just feel behind, you also feel like a fraud if you are a high achiever. But being stuck doesn't erase your potential. It just means that your brain needs a reset, not a punishment. So here's what helped me to crawl out of this slump. Number 1, I start extremely small. Just 10 minutes, reading one page, doing one question, literally just doing something very, 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 very simple that would ease me back into studying. Secondly, I lower the pressure or remove it completely. I don't say I need to finish everything. I need to be productive today. I'm going to be productive tomorrow. From this time to this time, I have to be on it 1,000%, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that at all. Remove that completely from my system. I instead say, I'm just going to read this one section and that's okay for today. That's enough. Number 3, you're going to begin with something that feels easiest. This could be your anchor topic, which means it's a topic that you choose that you are already familiar with and you keep going over that topic in order to feel safe. Use that. You want to feel safe during this moment. You don't want to feel overwhelmed. So don't choose and don't start with a topic that you dread. Rebuilding confidence is something you want to do right here. Now, the next part here is super important. I want you to make sure you take a note of this. Pause this video afterwards and write it down. I need you to pinky promise me on this, okay? And come back to me later. When you start to think about these sabotaging thoughts about like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I struggle to do this. I can't do this at all. I want you to physically tell yourself no. You have to say no to yourself and force through the fear in order to get out of it. Trust me, that helped me so much. By forcing my way out of this, I was able to understand and see everything in a third point of view, as if I was reading my own mind and was like, whoa, I was spiraling like insane. So that comes to number 4. Say it out loud. Just admitting to a friend or even to yourself that you're struggling, that you're scared, will break the silence loop. And that's important because silence will make the fear grow even more. Naming that fear will make it shrink. It's just like that scene in Harry Potter where Harry Potter wouldn't stop saying Lord Voldemort's name and everybody was like, oh my god, you can't say Voldemort's name. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's gonna summon him here. And then Harry Potter was like, well, it doesn't really matter because he's gonna be here anyways, and saying his name won't stop anything. It will just make people more scared. And that's the exact same thing here. If you don't say the word, it will make you more scared because you associate it with fear. You fear the name, you fear the situation, and therefore you fear the process. So name it and let it shrink away. Next one, if you can do this, it would be good, but it's not necessary. You don't have to get out of the spiral alone. Having someone or something to kind of help you through the emotions with this would be really helpful. And that could be a friend who studies with you, an online accountability buddy, literally someone who doesn't even know you at all. You can just use the YouTube comment section over here. Just speak to someone randomly, tell them how you feel about studying. If you're scared, just tell your fears in the comment section and let other people check in with you. Have your own daily check-in journal, a playlist, or a YouTuber whose videos will help you feel calm and not judged. All of these will help you a lot as you go through this process. Even just watching others study can give your brain a signal. It reminds you that you're not the only one who's trying to get back on track. Support doesn't always have to be grand or with massive speeches or like very lengthy paragraphs and things like that, or interventions. Sometimes it's just someone reminding you you can start again today. So if no one's told you this lately, you are not lazy. You're just human, you're just tired, and you're just scared. But even scared people take small steps. It's kind of the same thing as if you're going on a stepping stone, for example. I don't know if you've been on a stepping stone before, but recently I was on a stepping stone because me and my boyfriend and his family was going into this, like, I don't know, in the UK there's a lot of like castles, as you can probably imagine. So we like to go to like estates and things like that, and in one of the estates there's like stepping stones, and it was going across like the river that they had. And honestly, from afar it looked perfectly fine. I was like, whoa, I can do this so easy. I even saw a guy running across that stepping stone, and it made me feel so much more confident about it because I'm like, oh, if that guy can do it, I can do it too. But then I went on the stepping stone. Do you want to guess what happened? I was on the stepping stone. I probably took like 10 steps where I was super confident, and then I got terrified. I couldn't do the next step. Like I was stuck in place. I didn't want to move. The water was rushing around me, and I was on this stone not wanting to go forwards, and I had probably about 80 more steps before I reached the other side of this river. But I couldn't turn back because there were 2 other kids that were behind me as well as my boyfriend. So I can't just tell them to like go back, because that's a bit embarrassing and I'm not going to do that. So I just had to move forwards. But I was terrified. I was so scared of moving forwards. I was so terrified until I broke through it. I just had to tell myself it's all in my head. You have to keep going forwards. You have to keep going forwards. I had my boyfriend help me. He held my hand through this entire thing. I don't know how it worked without us falling into the water, but he held my hand through this entire thing. I had my support, and I got through. I got through the entire thing, went all the way till the end. So yeah, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be there, and you've got this. You'll be fine. So if you found this video helpful, trust me, I've been here before. I know what that feels as well. So hopefully this gave you some reprieve from all the stress that you're feeling from all of these. And trust me, it gets better. After realizing all of this, I became an academic weapon, so you'll be fine. But don't spiral back into it again, okay? Don't let yourself get burnt out over this, so you'll be fine. So yeah, if you found this helpful, make sure to give it a like, send it over to your friends that you think may find this helpful as well. And aside from that, I'll see you in the next video. All the best. Bye!